Hi, my name is Sean Gray. Welcome to Yoga Vibes, and this is going to be a short video for Laghu Vajrasana. This is Anya. She's going to help me out with it today, so thank you, Anya. So Laghu Vajrasana is a very deep back bend. So you want to make sure that you're, first of all, really warmed up for it, and that you're able to practice Ustrasana, or camel pose. Because if you're not able to practice Ustrasana, this one's going to be really challenging and possibly a little dangerous. Because back bends, as we get really deep into them, it's really important that you find lift. And if you don't have a strong back bend practice, what the tendency is to kind of just jam into the low back. And that's the exact opposite thing of what we're trying to do. So go ahead and come on up onto your shins and knees. So in Laghu Vajrasana, it's very similar to Ustrasana and to the fact that you want to have your knees and your ankles hip distance. So with all poses, it's very important that the foundation is firmly grounded, that the integrity of the structure begins with the foundation. So root down through the knees, press into the tops of the feet, spread the toes. Now you want to lengthen the shins out, so really find as long as shin as possible. Now to keep the stress out of the low back, what we do is we roll the inner thighs towards one another. If you have a block, you can place a block there. That usually helps sometimes, but you can also take the hip points and roll them towards one another. So feel the low back, make sure it's feeling healthy. So you want to keep the glutes relaxed, don't engage them, because they'll bring the attention to the low back. So let's start with our hands on our low back, just so we can feel it. Now feel the tailbone lengthening down. Now you're going to really want to use the legs, and a bandha practice is important for this back bend as well, because it'll keep you healthy and it'll get you into the back bend, and it'll actually get you out of the back bend, which can be a little trickier. So really start to engage the bandhas. So the Mula Bandha will help you find that lift, and then the Uddiyana Bandha is going to stabilize it. Now one of the tricks of this pose is the legs. Keep the legs super engaged. That's why we roll those inner thighs towards one another. Now, as Anya inhales, she's going to lift her chest. Now, what you don't want to do is just fold backwards. You want to find lift. What I like to think about is a slinky. I know it's a little funny, but the slinky, how it rolls over itself. It doesn't just fold, it rolls over. So think about that as you take your back bend. Now, Anya's going to reach her hands down towards her feet. Try to grab both feet at the same time. If you grab one and then the other, you're bringing yourself into imbalance, and which is what we don't want with our yoga practice. So keep the hips coming forward, keep the legs engaged, keep the glutes relaxed by spinning the inner thighs towards one another, keep lengthening through the shins, keep pressing into the tops of the feet, squeeze the ankles in without rolling them in, but just keeping them engaged, and spread those toes. Now keep lifting the chest. Now feel the energy moving up the spine. Keep finding the opening. Good, so this is a good camel pose, Ustrasana. And from here, Anya's going to take her hands to her ankles. Once again, try to do both at the same time. Good, keep lifting. Now it's obvious that the hips are going to come back a little bit as we start to lower into the asana, but you want to keep lifting and reaching the hips forward. Keep lifting the chest, opening the heart, keep the legs super active, and start to bring the crown of the head towards the mat. Good, so lower as nice and slow as you can, using the arms, using the legs, keep spreading the toes, keep finding some length, good, and breathing, nice and easy. If you can't bring the crown of your head all the way down, that's fine. You don't have to do that. This is a beautiful back bend, and so just breathe. So go ahead and bring it all the way down, Anya. I got your spot. And then once you're down, really find some lift. Good, lift in the chest. Not in the hips. The hips are just kind of active. It's the legs that are really working, but find the lift in the chest. Open it up. Good, let's take one more breath here. Then on a big inhale, you're going to use the legs, come all the way up. Good, sit the hips into the heels. Good, lower the forehead down to the mat. Good, let's take a child's pose. And that is Laghu Vajrasana. If you like, you can check out, I have a full-length class on leading into Laghu Vajrasana on YogaVibes. And if you aren't quite familiar with the bandhas yet, there's also a short video on the bandhas as well. So check those videos out, enjoy your practice, don't forget to breathe, and I'll see you around. Namaste.